this is Colonel Walker. Your squadron's on standby alert, and as you know, your birds are prepped and ready to go. The Jimboe has finally been able to make contact with the TCS Kinney. She's been ambushed by 3 Kilrathi carriers, each throwing their full complement of fighters and bombers into the mix. Even though we've taken out an asteroid base and a heavy carrier, this system is apparently still a hotbed of cat activity. The Kinney is one of our few fleet carriers left on the front. If she goes down, so does a significant percentage of our power projection in this part of the sector. She's already lost more than 2 squadrons of fighters and the destroyer Algeria. I'm deploying the entire Hell's Archer squadron, even the spares, immediately. The Olympia's Black Sheep have sent over Captain Anderson and Lieutenant K, and 1 additional arrow to fill up the ranks. I'll be leading the mission. All remaining squadrons will prepare for a Magnum launch. Our objective is simple: save the Kinney at all cost.
Hell's Archer Squadron, cleared for launch.
Sweeney, any update?
None. We haven't heard a whisper since the initial SOS. I'm uploading the coordinates of their last transmission to all of your fighters now.
Lieutenant Commander, when the Air Boss is ready with a full Magnum launch, give me a holler, understand?
Understood, Colonel.
Okay, Hell's Archers, we have a carrier to save. Punch it.
Proceed to next waypoint.
All fighters break formation and engage Afterburner.
There she is. Jeez, I hope those damage projections aren't right.
TCS Kinney, this is Hermes Fighter Group. What's your situation? TCS Kinney, this is Hermes Fighter Group. Come in.
The cats have a jamming blanket on her, Colonel.
How perceptive, Lieutenant. Why don't I just promote you to Colonel on the spot? We've entered the comm blanket. Long-range comms will be kaput. Jamming is lifted. Besato sees history. All fighters regroup around me. Rally point Alpha.
Assassin, Ninja, do you recognize that voice? Jesus, that's Viping from the Wellington. What's he doing here?
Probably asking the same about us.
Kinney, this is Colonel Walker from the Hermes. What's your sitrep?
Kinney here. We're reading you loud and clear. The last 2 attacks wiped out most of our fighter wing. The damn cats are moving in for the kill now!
Who's coordinating the defense?
CIC took a direct hit. Colonel Rivers, along with most of our senior wing officers, went down in the first attack.
Viking here, sir. I'm the senior pilot.
Can you regroup?
We're fighting for a chance to break free, Colonel.
Do the best you can, son.
Of course, sir.
Colonel, cruiser Leander just went up.
This is Kinney Control! The TCS Reuben James has been destroyed!
Hermes, where's my damn fighter ports?
Air Boss says we're getting the last fighter off the deck now. They're on their way. Estimating 30 minutes on target.
This is Quincy. We're breaking apart. The Oko lasted longer than I thought.
The destroyer Sims is gone.
This is Kitty. We've taken another hit. This bucket is still holding up fine. Oh, come on, you cursing cat! Is that the best you can do?
Colonel, Kinney's hull integrity has dropped below critical. Anyone sneezing hard enough has a good chance of bringing her down.
All units, this is Kitty. We're abandoning ship. We're launching escape shuttles and jettisoning life pods. All remaining fighters stay on station and protect the evacuees.
You heard him. Keep them away from the pods. You in hell, cats.
Back in the days, there used to be a navy of wooden ships and iron men. Then it became vice versa as we entered the stars. But it's relaxing to know that there are still men with iron will out there.
Cut that horse shit, Kenny. You are not going to die. Just a few more minutes, son. The rest of the cavalry is almost here.
Cavalry doesn't always come to the rescue, sir.
Damn it, Kenny. Stop thinking like that.
Godspeed, Hermes pilots. We'll see you on the other side. This is TCS Kitty, signing off.
Oh my god, they killed the Kinney!
You monsters!
All units, no prisoners. Fly like the ape that you are.
What are you doing, man? Check your six!
Colonel, I'm picking up another incoming group of Kilrathi fighters. They're slowing down, hesitating. They know we're here.
They aren't going to be hesitant for long. What's their ETA, Lieutenant?
5 minutes, tops.
Hermes fighters, this is the TCS Battle Axe. We're starting a sweep to retrieve all life pods. Give us cover.
Win, your objectives have changed. Protect the frigate and personnel shuttles.
Where the hell was our support? You left us out here to die!
Cut the chatter, Lieutenant. We're all on edge here, and bickering is not going to make things any better. Or bring the Kinney and the rest of the guys back.
Yes, sir. Damn, he's still alive. I guess I still owe you that drink, Viking.
Assassin, ninja, Sandman. Just when I thought my day couldn't get any worse.
Catch up on reunions later, boys. We have friends incoming.
Fly like the ape that you are.
You missed the party, Major.
Colonel, there's several cruisers and a scout frigate just out of our visual range heading our way. No doubt they're keeping tabs on us. The rest of their fleet are behind them.
In other words, time to get the hell out of Dodge. Major, I want your squadron to knock those cap ships back a few pegs.
Affirmative, Colonel.
Commander Sweeney, recall the other squadrons and have them take up defensive positions around the Hermes. I am not going to let them cats add another trophy to their war chest. Alpha Wing, escort the battle axe and all Guinea survivors home. Bravo Wing will cover the left flank. I'll take Charlie and flank right.
Autopilot link established. Proceed to next waypoint.
More Kilrathi. We've got fighters vectoring in on our position. Protect the battle axe. Those survivors have been through enough for one day. They've probably been through enough for a lifetime.
The concept ain't theirs to attack. Great. Well, let's pour into the breach, dear friends.
Wow, I didn't know you read Shakespeare, Viking. Here, I thought you stuck to comic books.
All missile batteries. Set firing mode to automatic. There's still a lot of enemy activity out there. We need to get back to more protection as quickly as possible.
Let's hope the other fighter wings can keep them away from us.
Proceed to next waypoint.
capital ship missiles, and we don't want to risk the Kinney survivors by closing in for a gunfight. It's up to you fighters to take those corvettes down.
Shouldn't be too hard. Wait a second. I'm picking up a cap ship missile launch from one of the corvettes. Just lost it. Can you confirm the launch?
Affirmative. It must be a skipper. Keep an eye out for when it decloaks. We can't let it reach the battle axe. Take it out, and then head for the corvettes. Be alert for additional launches. You can bet they've got more of those skippers on their missile rails.
We've got another missile launch! We've got another missile launch!
That's one down.
And one to go. Watch the flag. What's your status?
We're still operational. We'll close in the scoops for a quick sprint to the Hermes.
Agreed. Let's get out of here.
Proceed to next waypoint. Mission complete.
Hermes, this is the TCS Battle Axe. We're carrying survivors from the TCS Kinney. Our sick bay is filled with the injured. Request permission to transfer some of the injured aboard the Hermes for treatment.
Affirmative. We will arrange for shuttles to transfer the wounded.
There's only a handful of fighters from the Kinney left. Then there are only the survivors the battle axe picked up.
It doesn't get any easier, no matter how many times you go through it. Guess you weren't there with us when the Wellington bought it. I'm just glad we were here to bring you home.
Thanks. It's good to be alive. Never mind. How about those drinks you guys owe me?
Now don't start that up. You wouldn't want us to regret leaving your butt back there.
Life's too short for waiting, Assassin.
I'll tell you what, you just keep watching your backside, Viking, and I promise I'll buy you that drink someday.
Oh, I'm sure the lure of you buying him a drink is the only thing keeping him alive, Sandman.
I'll agree to that so long as you just keep out of trouble so I can collect someday.
Count on it.
Alpha Wing, thanks for bringing the survivors in. You are first in line for landing. Make sure to clear the landing area as quick as possible so we can bring in the damaged fighters from the Kinney. TCS Kinney pilots, you have our condolences. The Kinney fought hard and went down with honor. We are honored to have you join us on the Hermes.
We are gathered here today to pay our last respects to the honored men and women of the TCS Kinney, those who have fallen to protect that which we hold dear. We mourn their loss and vow that they have not died in vain. They now return to the stars from which they came, but their memories will live with us forever. May these stars serve to remind us of their sacrifice and of our duty. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Amen. Crew of the Hermes, they say that every event is a lesson, every bump in the road a learning process, every defeat a victory in disguise, an opportunity to learn, adapt, and overcome. It's the nature of what we are as a species. No matter how dark a night becomes, we'll always find a way to succeed, and the sun will always come up in the end.
There's not much we could have done, boys. I hope that brings you more solace than it brings me. We may have to move on and accept what just happened. That sure as hell doesn't mean we have to like it. Captain Snyder, the senior surviving pilot from the TCS Kinney, informed us that it was a skipper missile strike that disabled the Kinney in the first place. The rest went downhill from there. We'll get those UTAC bastards for this. That I promise. You did a good job in bringing the survivors home. Part of winning this war is living to fight another day, even when everything else goes wrong. Right now, we just have to make sure we don't share the Kinney's fate. Stay alert. We're still in the cat's backyard. Dismissed.